So let's talk about three amazing AWS services: Textract, Transcribe, and Translate. They are, without a doubt, some of the most powerful text intelligence tools AWS has to offer. But let's be honest, they're also super easy to mix up. So if you're getting ready for an AWS exam, or maybe you're just trying to figure out which tool does what, well, you've come to the right place. We're going to clear all that confusion up right now.
Okay, so this is really the big question, right? You see these names on an exam or in a project plan, and it's just so easy to get them jumbled. But I promise, by the time we're done here, you'll know exactly which one to grab for any job every single time. We are going for total 100% clarity.
All right, here's the game plan. First, we'll quickly look at what these three services have in common. Then we're going to do a deep dive into each one individually: Textract, Transcribe, and then Translate. And to wrap it all up, we'll hit the most important part: a direct comparison with the key differences you absolutely need to know, especially if you've got an exam coming up.
Okay, so before we dive into what makes them different, let's talk about what actually brings them together. The thing is, all three of these services are built on some seriously advanced machine learning, and they all share one big mission: to get rid of boring, tedious manual work. You know, the stuff that takes up countless hours and is super prone to human error.
All right, first up, Amazon Textract. And the absolute best way to picture this service, think of it like a super intelligent scanner. I mean, it doesn't just see a page, it actually understands it. Its whole job, its entire purpose, is to pull information out of documents.
So, here's the key takeaway for Textract. The most important thing to remember: the input is always some kind of document. We're talking scanned images, PDFs, forms, you name it. And what comes out the other side isn't just a big jumble of text. No way. It's structured data. Think key value pairs from a form, stuff your applications can use right away without any fuss.
And this is where Textract gets really cool. Its versatility. See, it uses some very advanced tech called optical character recognition, or OCR, but it goes way beyond just reading letters. It understands the layout of the page. It doesn't just see words, it sees tables, it sees forms, it sees checkboxes, and get this, it can even read handwritten notes. That has always been a massive headache for automation, but this just blows the door wide open for digitizing old archives and records.
Okay, so where would you actually use this thing in the real world? Well, think about any process that's buried in paperwork. How about automatically pulling info from a driver's license or a passport to verify someone's identity? Perfect. Or what about building an expense system that just reads your receipts and invoices for you? I mean, no more tedious data entry. That's a huge win. All right, so we've got Textract handling visual documents, right? But what about audio? Well, that's exactly where Amazon Transcribe steps in. And if Textract is our intelligent scanner, then think of Transcribe as the digital stenographer. Its one and only job is to turn spoken words into written text. The process here could not be simpler. Audio goes in, text comes out. That's it. It's a pure, powerful speech-to-text engine.
And it's really flexible in how it works. You can basically use it in two main ways. It can listen to a live audio stream, like from a call center or a live event, and give you a real-time transcription. Or you can just upload a pre-recorded file, like an MP3 of a meeting or a podcast, and it'll process the whole thing for you. And believe me, the uses for this are just everywhere. You know when you're watching a video and the subtitles just pop up perfectly? Yeah, this is the kind of tech that makes that happen. Another massive one is automatically creating notes from a recorded meeting. Just imagine, you get a fully searchable, written record of every single thing that was said. Total game changer.
All right, that brings us to the final member of our trio, Amazon Translate. And the analogy for this one is just perfect. You've probably heard it before. It's the universal translator. Its whole purpose is to take text in one language and flip it into another, just breaking down those communication barriers.
Now, the really important thing about Translate is that it's not just doing a simple, clunky word-for-word swap. No, its goal is to create translations that are not only accurate, but sound completely natural to someone who actually speaks the language. It gets the context, it gets the nuance, and that's what makes all the difference.
And just look at the scale we're talking about here. We're not talking about 5 or 10 languages. It supports over 70 languages, and AWS is adding more all the time. Think about that. This one service can give your app an instant global reach.
And this isn't just for translating a single sentence here and there. It's built to handle huge jobs, like translating entire websites or document libraries. But here's a feature that's absolutely killer for businesses. You can give it a list of your own custom terms.
This makes sure that your special brand names, your product codes, or any weird industry jargon always gets translated perfectly every single time.
So where do you see this in action? Well, maybe you're launching in a new country and need to translate all your product manuals, or you want to localize your website and all your customer support articles. You can even build it into a real-time chatbot so your support agent can be talking to a customer and neither one has to know the other's language. It's pretty amazing.
Okay, let's pull all of this together now. This next part is really the most important bit, especially if you're prepping for an AWS exam, so listen up. Think of this as your ultimate cheat sheet for telling these three apart once and for all.
This table lays it all out, plain and simple. Honestly, all you need to do is focus on the core action, the verb and the input. For Textract, the verb is extract and the input is a document. For Transcribe, the verb is transcribe and the input is audio. And for Translate, the verb is translate and the input is text. It's really that straightforward. If you can remember that, you will never get these mixed up again.
So from now on, whenever you're looking at a problem on an exam or in a project, just ask yourself this one simple question. What is my input? Is it a document? You need Textract. Is it speech or an audio file? You need Transcribe. Is it text, but it's just in the wrong language? You need Translate. See? Simple.
And there you have it. That's the breakdown. So now that it's all clear, just take a second and think about your own work, your own projects. Are you drowning in paperwork that needs to be digitized? Are you missing the key details from meetings? Or are you trying to connect with a global audience? Chances are one of these three services is exactly the tool you've been looking for. Thanks so much for watching.